In this video, let us see the simply supported beam with the combination of UDL and point loads and numerical problem. Let us straight away look into the problem. A simply supported beam of length 10 meter carries UDL and point loads as shown in the figure. Draw shear force and bending moment diagrams. This is the beam which we are talking about. So let us now find out shear forces and bending moments, and now try to draw their diagrams. So here the first step for this is in order to keep this beam in equilibrium, sum of all the forces should be equal to is equal to 0, or I can say all upward forces are equal to downward forces. And another condition is sum of moments about any points is 0. So as you know, these two A and B are the supports and these are the loads carried by this beam. So let us check the first criterion. So all the upward forces are equal to downward forces. Here we have two supports, so they are showing the reactions like this. Reaction A at support A, reaction B at support B. So these two are acting upwards. So RA plus RB is equal to, these are the downward forces, 50 plus, and this is 10 into 4, and this is 40. So total, that is 130 kilonewton. Take it as equation number 1. RA plus RB is equal to 130 kilonewton. So we need to find out, we need to check the second criteria, that is sigma m is equal to 0. So sigma sum of moments about any point is 0. So here I am considering the point A up to A. So moment, as you know, the force into perpendicular distance, force multiplied by perpendicular distance. Let us check it. So whatever the force we consider, we need to take the distance up to point A, because we are taking moments about A, right? So okay, let us now come from right to left. So that is RB multiplied by the length up to A. There is a force multiplied by its perpendicular distance up to A is 10 meter. This is equal to, so here what we are considering is all the anti-clockwise moments. So we are taking it as positive, all the clockwise moments are negative. So here if you see, this is acting upwards and this distance we are considering, so it will give an anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise moment. So that is positive, RB into 10. Okay, another one here, 40 multiplied by distance up to A, that is 40 into 6. So that gives a clockwise rotation. So that will be negative 40 into 6. Similarly, this one also, 10 multiplied by 4 is the force here, minus 10 into 4 multiplied by distance up to A. So if you convert this UDL into point load, that will be acting at the center. Now we need to consider distance up to A. So that is how much? 2 meter, 2 plus 2 or 4 by 2, this is half, right? It is acting at half of the distance. So 4 by 2, that is 2 plus 2. So now another clockwise rotation we have because of this 50 kilonewton up to A. 50 kilonewton multiplied by 2 meter minus 50 into 2 is equal to 0. So if you calculate this, you will get RB as 50 kilonewton, and we need to find out RA plus, in place of RB in equation 1 I will substitute 50 kilonewton is equal to 130. So that we will get it as RA how much? 80 kilonewton. So these are the reactions we have. Let me write it here. Let us now try to find out this shear forces. Okay, just a minute. Shear forces. So as we are habituated to calculate from right to left, let us continue with the same. So let us see it, shear force at B. So if you see shear force at B, so we have one reaction force that is acting upwards. So I have told you in previous videos to remember the trick. When it is going upward, think this is anti-gravity going against the gravity, take it as negative. When it is coming down, take it as positive. So let us as a section we are considering. So here we are considering section. So when my section is here, right of my section is upwards, run, RUN, right upward negative. Okay, however this is minus RB. So that is nothing but minus 50 kilonewton we have. So another one is shear force at C. So how much we have? So we need to, so shear force is nothing but sum of forces right or left to the section. So when we are considering at section C, so we need to take the moments up to, forces up to C, sum of forces up to C. So that is, we have minus RB plus another one is acting downwards towards gravity, so it is positive. So that is minus 450 plus 40, so that will give minus 10 kilonewton. Now shear force at D. So sum of forces up to D. I say up to D, near to D. At D we will see that later, because this is a UDL, we should not mix up with this these two. So up to D let us take at this portion. So we have RB minus 50 plus 40 plus 10 into 4 minus RB plus 40 plus 10 into 4. So that is how much? So that we will get it as 30 kilonewton. So now shear force at D. The same will be continued. RB plus 40 plus 10 into 4 plus 50. That is how much? 80 kilonewton, which is matching with reaction force at A. Right. So that is over. So we need to, so let us check now shear force. Let us write all the shear forces here. Now let us try to find out the bending moments. So as you know, the bending moment for simply supported beam at the supports will be 0. That is, bending moment at A is equal to bending moment at B is equal to 0 at supports. And we need to find out bending moment up to C now. So bending moment at C. So we need to consider the sum of moments up to C. So this is the force we have, RB multiplied by distance up to C. So what I said, so anti-clockwise moments we are taking as positive, clockwise as negative here. So MC is equal to, so RB multiplied by distance up to C. So that is causing an anti-clockwise rotation. So positive. So positive RB into 4. That is 50 into 4 is 200 kilonewton meter. Now bending moment at D. So in between we need to find out the maximum bending moment. Okay, bending moment at C, D is okay. That is how much? RB into 8 minus, because this 40 kilonewton multiplied by D, that causes a clockwise rotation, 40 into 4, and here we have this one UDL. So minus UDL multiplied by distance, it is spreaded over, multiplied by distance up to D, that is 4 by 2. This is minus, so we will get it as 160 kilonewton meter. That is okay. So we need to find out the maximum bending moment. So before that we need to check out, so let me write the bending moment values here. MA is equal to MB is equal to 0. So you can also try whether MA is 0 or not. Here that is RB multiplied by distance up to A, 10 meter minus 40 into distance up to this is 6 minus 10 into 4 is a load multiplied by distance is 4 by 2 plus up to A, right, plus 2, and minus 50 into 2. So if you do this, you will get it as surely 0. You check it. So MA is equal to MB is equal to 0. Now MC we have 200 kilonewton meter. MD we have 160 kilonewton meter. MA we have 0. Okay, so we need to find out the maximum bending moment. So maximum bending moment occurs where shear force is equal to 0. So I have mentioned this in the previous classes. If you remember, the bending moment occurs at the point where shear force is 0. So for that we need to draw the shear force diagram first. So let us draw it now. If you see, this is the reference line and shear force at B is minus 50 kilonewton, and there is no force in between B and C, so that will be continued up to here, minus 50 kilonewton. And what happens there, here 40 kilonewton is being added up, at C it becomes minus 10, this is minus 10 kilonewton, and at D what happens, it becomes positive 30. So as you know, the shear force diagram relationship for UDL is straight line. So let me join these 2 points with a straight line. So and suddenly at D what happens, 80 kilonewton, because 50 kilonewton is being added up, suddenly that will increase up to 80 kilonewton. So there is no force in between. So that is of course matching with reaction force HA. So this is positive shear force. So when it is positive and it is also having negative value, so it must be sure that somewhere it is reaching to 0. So where it is, so we need to find out the distance where it is getting 0. So there only we will get the maximum bending moment. So let me say some distance x, right, and this is the point M where we will get maximum bending moment. So let us now try to draw, try to find out what is this distance. So for that we need to find out shear force at x. The shear force at M will be 0, right. So at this point shear force is 0, right. So we need to consider that shear force is 0. So let us try to calculate, you will understand it better. Okay, shear force at M is equal to 0. So shear force at M, what happens, we have to consider all the forces up to M. So minus RB plus we have 40 plus we have this 10 kilonewton per meter acting up to distance x. 10 into x is equal to 0. So minus RB, this is how much, minus 50 plus 40 plus 10x is equal to 0. This is minus 10 plus 10x is equal to 0. Here x is equal to 1. So this is nothing but x is equal to 1 meter. So at this point, so that is how much, this is at this moment we have to get the maximum bending moment. So let us check it now. So what is the maximum bending moment? So maximum bending moment, M at M, or M at maximum bending moment point. So that is, so we need to consider moments up to this point M, minus plus RB into distance up to this point M, that is 4 plus this 1, 4 plus 1, and we have 40 multiplied by x. So minus 40 into x, so that is clockwise moment it is giving, so you please understand that, and 40 into x, that is nothing but 1, right. So minus, we have 10 kilonewton acting over x, that is 1 meter, and the distance is 1 by 2 up to M, distance is 1 by 2, right. This UDL I am talking about. So that is how much, so RB is 50 into 5 minus 40 into 1, that is 40 minus 5. So that is, if you calculate that, we will get, this is 205 kilonewton meter. So let us now draw the bending moment diagram also for this. So this is the reference line AB. So at A and B the bending moment is 0. So and we have at C the bending moment is 200 kilonewton meter, and here at D it is 160, right. So this is 160 kilonewton meter, and the maximum bending moment occurs here. So that is very important, and that is how much, 205. So joining the points is very important here. So it is simply there is no load, or this is point loads, so it will be joined with a straight line, and this is the UDL up to this portion. So between D and C, that is UDL. So we have to join them with the curves, parabolic curve, and now we have to join again with the straight line. So this is, we have above the reference line, this is, so this is the positive bending moment. This is the bending moment diagram, this is shear force diagram. Hope you got it a little. If you have any comments, please let me know through the comment box. Thank you. Thanks for your time.